السلام عليكم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي كان موجودا قبل حدوث الأشياء ويبقى بعد فناء الأشياء. تفرد بالأولية والقدم ووسم كل شيء ما عداه بالفناء والعدم، كما قال عز شانه: كل شيء هالك إلا وجهه وكل نفس ذائقة الموت. وقال: كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام. سبحان من لا يخفى عليه اختلاف النيات ولا يعزب عنه معاصي العباد في الخلوات. سبحان الله الذي منه خلقته العباد وإليه المعاد. فمن يعمل مثقال ذرة خيرا يره ومن يعمل مثقال ذرة شرا يره. نشهد أن لا إله إلا هو الملك الذي لا ينازع في ملكه ولا يضاد في حكمه، يعذب من يشاء بما يشاء كيف يشاء، ويرحم من يشاء بما يشاء كيف يشاء. تعذيبه المسيئين عدل وعفوه وتفضل. ونشهد أن محمدا سيد المرسلين وخير المبشرين والمنذرين، صلى الله عليه وآله الهداة المهديين. من ركب سفينتهم نجا واهتدى ومن تخلف عنها ضل فغرق وهوى. أوصيكم عباد الله باعتصام بالتقوى، فإنه حبل متين وعروة الوثقى. أما بعد، فقد قال الله سبحانه تبارك وتعالى في محكم كتابه ومتقن خطابه: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وإن استنصروكم في الدين فعليكم النصر. صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوات على محمد وعلى محمد. I've mentioned Surah Ayat number 72 of Surah Al-Anfal, which is the 8th Surah of the Holy Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, if they seek your help in the religion, then it is your duty, it is your responsibility, it is upon you to help them. Even without referring to the ayat or the rawayat, we know that our own intellect tells us, our fitra tells us that if somebody is in need of help, that we have to help them. And in the istilah and the meaning of Sharia, the oppressed person is any person whose rights have been withdrawn, taken away from them. And religion of Islam, Imam Amirul Mu'minin alayhi salatu wasalam, for example, Allahumma salli ala, says in his final testament, the one that you've heard many times, to Imam Hassan and Imam Husayn alayhi salatu wasalam before his shahadat, that you have a responsibility to both the oppressor and to the oppressed. It says your responsibility to the oppressed is to help them, and your responsibility is also to the oppressor to speak out against them. كونوا للمظلوم أونا والظالم خصما والمظلوم أونا. You have to speak out, you have to oppose the one who's carrying out the injustice so that he ends the injustice, and you have to help the person who. So it's not just a passive process, but an active process of trying to end the oppression. Regarding this, of course, that the oppressed also has to stand up, speak out, seek help, and the believers, the rest of the believers, have to help. In this ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that when somebody seeks seeks you out for help, then you have to help them. And this is part of the message of the religion, that you have to help one another, you have to support one another. This is part of the code of the believers. Now, there's we have some riwayat about this particular topic and different uh, aspects of that. So the first aspect is with regards to considering this helping those who are oppressed as a obligatory duty, as a duty which is necessary and required. We read in Nahjul Balagha, in the famous sermon number 3 of Imam Amirul Mu'minin alayhi salatu salam, the sermon of Shaykh Shaqiya, he says that, behold, by the one who split the grain and created the living beings, if people had not come to me, and supporters had not exhausted the argument, and if there had been no pledge with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that the learned should not acquiesce in the gluttony of the oppressor and the hunger of the oppressed, then I would cast down this rope of Khilafat onto his own shoulders. Why? Because he says, in my eyes, the value of this dunya is less than the snot of the goat. So Imam Amirul Mu'minin is saying that, for me, this dunya and any power in this dunya has no value. But there's a responsibility. There's three things which he mentions. He says the first thing is that people came to me. If I didn't reply to them, if I didn't help them, I'm responsible in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that people came to you and you didn't respond to them. The second thing he says that those who are my supporters, those who are my believers, completed the argument against me. They said, we have no other options, we have no other person, you have to accept. And then thirdly, he says that there's a pledge, a promise with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is what? Which is to the learned, to those who know, that if somebody is doing wrong, if there's gluttony, there's hunger, and you can do something, you need to take that responsibility and do something. He says, if these things did not exist, then you will know that I have no desire for this dunya or any power in this dunya. Similarly, we have in a supplication dua from Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salatu salam. Imam alayhi salam in this dua number 38 of Sayyid Jadiyah says that, O Allah, I seek forgiveness from you for the person wronged in my presence whom I did not help. That this person was matloom and I knew, and I didn't help, I didn't do anything to alleviate his suffering. Then there is a second kind of hadith which tells us that helping this person is one of the, or helping anyone who's oppressed is one of the greatest deeds. We read from Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu salam, Allahumma salli ala, who says, no believer assists an oppressed believer except that it's better for him than fasting for a whole month and i'tikaf in Masjidul Haram. Not just an ordinary i'tikaf in Masjidul Haram. And no believer helps another believer except when he's able to accept that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will help him in this world and in the next life as well. And no believer abandons and humiliates a believer while he's able to help him, except that Allah will humiliate him in this world and in the hereafter. Then we have a third narration, is a famous narration that you all heard many times before from the Holy Prophet of Islam, in which he says, Man asbaha wa lam yuhtimma bi umur al-muslimin fahuwa laysa bi muslim. Whoever wakes up in the morning and doesn't care about the affairs of the Muslims, he doesn't care what is happening to other Muslims in other places in the world, فَهُوَ لَيْسَ بِمُسْلِم. That person is not a Muslim, Rasulullah says. So, this is not an optional, it's not something that's optional. Rasulullah is saying that, in another famous narration that, again, you heard many times before, that Muslims are like one body. If any part of the body is hurting, any part of the body is in pain, the whole body would feel that pain. Now, in today's day and age, we know in the past some people may have been excused because information was not easily available and they didn't know. In today's day and age, we have no excuse. Whatever is happening in the world, everybody knows within seconds of what's happening, wherever in the world is happening. So we know that there's people who are being oppressed in their own countries. We know there's people who, because of their oppression, are refugees in different countries. We know what kind of treatment is happening to them, and all of this is due to some kind of oppression. And dhulm in religious terminology is not just the oppression and injustice that we think of when it comes to laws. Dhulm is all kinds of injustice, which includes when there is not fair distribution of resources, which we know is something that is happening in the world today. And we know that wherever things are not put in the right places, it results and it eventuates in all of these things which are happening today. Regarding helping those people who are oppressed, regarding helping the Mazlum, the first thing, of course, is that we have to be up to speed. We have to know about what are the issues, why are those issues happening. First of all, we need to have conversations, discussions about why are those things happening, what can we do to help and to alleviate those sufferings. We make dua for them. Of course, dua is very important. Sometimes people think that what's the point of making dua? No, dua is very important. But dua has to be accompanied with action. It can't just be dua. Dua itself is very important, but it also requires action in order for it to be activated. Then, of course, the next stage beyond that is helping financially, helping them physically in whatever way that we can, which is possible. But for me to remain apathetic or to remain quiet or remain silent is not an option. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's, they are Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's servants. And so if I can do something, whatever little I can do. Famous story that you know regarding niyat and what a person needs to do is of the burning fire that Namrud raged. And that fire was so powerful that if a bird would fly over the fire, it would die because of the heat. And yet there's a frog who's putting a little bit of water into the fire. And said to him, "What are you doing? This fire has been raging for months. What you're doing, it's not going to make any effect. It's not going to change this fire." He says, "Yes, it's not going to change anything. But in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I would not be questioned that what did you do? In the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I would not be questioned that my servant was being oppressed. He was going to be put into this fire. What did you do?" So therefore, I also have to ask myself, what did I do? What is in my capability to do? And what did I do? Today is the last Friday of the holy month of Ramadan. And in this last Friday, of course, we remind ourselves about the fact that the holy month of Ramadan is going, it's leaving us. But we also remind ourselves that this day is a day for all the oppressed people. Hazrat Ayatollah Khomeini Ridwanullah Ta'ala alayhi said, this day, the last Friday of the holy month of Ramadan, is a day for all the oppressed people in the world. Now, with regards to this, he says that the reason why we picked Al-Quds because of its religious significance, and also because that area and that land symbolizes, not because that's the only place where there's oppressed people. No, there's oppressed people all around the world, in every single Muslim land, and even in our own countries. I read many months ago, I'm sure the number is higher now. There are over 1 million people in this country, United Kingdom, seventh richest country in the world, which are reliant on food banks. Over 1 million people in United Kingdom are reliant on food banks. That is due to oppression. Somebody's rights have been usurped for 1 million people to be in a situation where they have to use food banks. They don't have enough money to buy food. That means somewhere somebody is wasting food, wasting resources because other people cannot get those resources. So he says that the reason why we picked this is, of course, Al-Quds is the Qibla Awwal of Muslimin. But it's also a symbol of all the oppression that's taking place in all the Muslim lands. Why? I'll give you examples. It is my responsibility as a Muslim to know that who's carrying out the oppression, but also to know who's behind the oppression. For example, if I know that the person who used the dagger against Imam Husayn والسلام, was Shimr ibn Zil-Joshan, then I also know that Shimr was not acting alone, and that behind the hand of Shimr is the hand of Yazid. So I do bara'at and la'anat on Shimr and also on Yazid, and I don't absolve Yazid because he wasn't there. Because I know that the commandment of killing of Imam Husayn alayhi salam came from Yazid. So similarly, I know that there is oppression happening in the world, then I need to know that who is the person who's carrying out that oppression, and also who's behind that oppression, whose hand is it that is commanding them to do that oppression. And that is what is symbolized in this Yawm al-Quds, which is the last Friday of the holy month of Ramadan. As you know, and you've heard, I've just been asked to remind people that the Quds demonstration is on Sunday, and our coach is going from here, inshallah ta'ala. So please sign up. There's forms outside to sign up so that you can, inshallah ta'ala, go. And this is the least that we could do, inshallah, to make our voices heard regarding those who are oppressed. إن أحسن الحديث وأبلغ الموعظة كتاب الله العلي العظيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي لا إله إلا هو الحليم الكريم غافر الذنب وقابل التوب وهو الغفور الرحيم سبحان من سبقت رحمته غضبه وبسط اليدين بالرحمة سبحان من لم يكلف نفسا إلا دون وسعها وعفى عن السيئات ولم يجار بها سبحان من لا يزداد على معاصي العباد إلا كرما وجودا وعلى كثرة الذنوب إلا عفوا وصفحا نشهد أن لا إله إلا هو العطوف على العباد بجوده والعواد وعلى المذنبين بحلمه ونشهد أن محمدا نبيه وحبيب سيد المرسلين وشفيع المذنبين بعثه رحمة للعالمين صلى الله عليه وآله الداعين إلى سبيل الله بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة قادة الأمم وأولياء النعم ومعدن الرحمة. أوصيكم عباد الله بالتوبة عما سلف من ذنوبكم والإنابة عن الأوزار التي أثقلت ظهوركم، فإنه تعالى كريم بكم رؤوف عليكم، يقبل اليسير ويرفع عن الكثير. قال الله تعالى وقوله الحق: توبوا إلى الله توبة نصوحا عسى ربكم أن يكفر عنكم سيئاتكم ويدخلكم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار. وقال: قل يا عبادي الذين أسرفوا على أنفسهم لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله إن الله يغفر الذنوب جميعا إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. ألا قد أمركم الله في محكم كتابه بالصلاة على نبيه وحبيبه، فقال تعليما لكم وتشريفا لصفيه: إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. Muhammad Wajil Faraj. Just very quickly, I want to mention one masala which is coming up for all of us, and that is regarding Zakatul Fitr. Zakatul Fitr is a wajib zakat, and it becomes obligatory on a person on the night of Eid al-Fitr. So as soon as the moon side of 30 days of the holy month of Ramadan is passed, at the time of Maghrib on that day before Eid, the Zakatul Fitr becomes wajib. The purpose and the objective of Zakatul Fitr is for that to reach those who are in need of it, the mustahiqeen of it, before Eid. So therefore, regarding that, for example, some people ask that if a person was to send it before, so for example, send it today, and so that they could get something for themselves for the day of Eid, is that permissible or not? So Allah has ruled that yes, it's permissible with one condition. That is that a person can send it any time during the holy month of Ramadan, for example, with a niyat of loan, qard. And then on the night of Eid al-Fitr, make the intention that this money that I've sent as a loan is Zakat al-Fitr, because it will become obligatory on me on the night of Eid al-Fitr. And similarly is imperative that I make sure that it reaches those. So just collecting it is not sufficient. It has to also reach and go towards the mustahiqeen, those who are in need of it, in order for that wajib to be fulfilled. So inshallah ta'ala, we hope and pray. And of course, the purpose of that is that, alhamdulillah, we will be very fortunate to celebrate Eid in whichever way that we like and with all the happiness. So we want to share that again as a responsibility with the believers, with those who be able to celebrate as well. If people give this Zakatul Fitr, it's wajib, and in any case it has to be paid before the Salatul Eid on the day of Eid. It becomes obligatory at the night of Eid, and before Salatul Eid it has to be paid so that it can reach those who are in need. Inshallah ta'ala, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your actions and your fasting and everything in this holy month of Ramadan, and hasten the reappearance of our Master and make us amongst those who serve him. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin Sayyid al-Mursaleen wa Shafi al-Madhimeen Nabiyina Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa ala Ali ibn Abi Talib Sayyid al-Wasiyyin وفاطمة الزهراء سيدة النساء العالمين والحسن المجتبى حجة الله على الخلق أجمعين والحسين الشهيد المظلوم وارث أمير المؤمنين وعلي بن الحسين زين العابدين، ومحمد بن علي الباقر علم الأولين والآخرين، وجعفر الصادق الصديق المقتدي بآبائه الصالحين، وموسى بن جعفر الكاظم من أولاد النبيين، وعلي بن موسى الرضا من إترة بررة المتقين، ومحمد بن علي الجواد ولي المؤمنين، وعلي بن محمد الهادي سراج المنير إمام الخاشعين، والحسن بن علي سيد الأوصياء المنتجبين، والخلف القائم المهدي المنتظر حجة بعد آبائي للخلق المعادي النبي كوارث علم الماضين من الوصيين الذي ببقائه بقية الدنيا وبيمنه رزق الورى وبوجوده ثبتت الأرض والسماء وبه يملأ الأرض قسطا وعدلا كما ملئت ظلما وجورا وعجل لنا اللهم ظهوره إنهم يرونه بعيدا ونراه قريبا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم افتح لي أبواب توبتك ورحمتك وارزقك واسعا إني إليك من الراغبين وأتمم إلي بنعمك إنك خير المنعمين. اللهم اجعل باقي عمري في أداء فرض الجمعة والحج والعمرة وابتغاء وجهك يا رب العالمين. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن أمير المؤمنين إمام المتقين عليا حجة الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح حي على خير العمل حي على خير العمل قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. أستغفر الله من الصلاة حنيف المسلم. الله أكبر الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يسبح لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض الملك القدوس العزيز الحكيم والذي بعث في الأميين رسولا منهم يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة وإن كانوا من قبل لفي ضلال مبين وآخرين منهم لما يلحقوا بهم وهو العزيز الحكيم. ذلك فضل الله يؤتيه من يشاء والله ذو الفضل العظيم. مثل الذين حملوا التوراة ثم لم يحملوها كمثل الحمار يحمل أسفارا بئس مثل القوم الذين كذبوا بآيات الله والله لا يهدي القوم الظالمين. قل يا أيها الذين هادوا إن زعمتم أنكم أولياء لله من دون الناس فتمنوا الموت إن كنتم صادقين ولا يتمنونه أبدا بما قدمت أيديهم والله عليم بالظالمين. قل إن الموت الذي تفرون منه فإنه ملاقيكم ثم تردون إلى عالم الغيب والشهادة فينبئكم بما كنتم تعملون. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا نودي للصلاة من يوم الجمعة فاسعوا إلى ذكر الله وذروا البيع ذلكم خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون. فإذا قضيت الصلاة فانتشروا في الأرض وابتغوا من فضل الله واذكروا الله كثيرا لعلكم تفلحون. وإذا رأوا تجارة أو لهوا انفضوا إليها وتركوك قائمة. قل ما عند الله خير من اللهو ومن التجارة والله خير الرازقين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم إني عبد من عبيدك الصالحين قاموا بكتابك وسنة نبيك فاجزهما عنا خير الجزاء. الله.
سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله.
سمع الله. الله.
سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله.
الله. استغفر الله ربي واتوب. الله.
سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله.
الله بحول الله وقوته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر صل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر. الله.
سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. سبحان الله رب السماوات السبع ورب العرضين السبع وما فيهن وما بينهن ورب العرش العظيم والحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله الطاهرين. الله.
سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله.
الله. استغفر الله. الله.
سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله. رب صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم.
الله. بسم الله وبالله والحمد لله وخير الأسماء كلها لله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله. اللهم محمد اللهم صل
على
محمد
محمد
وجه الله.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لا إله إلا الله إلها واحدا ونحن له مسلمون. لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره